Hi everybody, thanks for watching the Weekly Connect. This week we are going to continue our study in Acts. We'll be in 10 and 11, and we're going to be talking about how the Holy Spirit can break down barriers. So our opening activity is going to be with this little bag of fun stuff that you'll have in your room. You can always add stuff to this bag after you get in there. If you want to take stuff from your purse or your wallet or other things around the room, you can add it. But spread them out on a table, and as kids come in, have them select ways to group all of the items and put items in specific groups. Now, I wouldn't tell them they can only make 3 groups or 4 groups. Just let them do it on their own, how they want to do that. And then they can explain to you in the class why they've grouped certain things together, like what their reasoning behind it is. And then as you call up more people, you'll see how people group things differently. We put different things in different categories. And the whole point of today's lesson is showing how we put barriers up and we put people in categories. Like we say, here are the Jewish people, here are the Gentiles. And we're saying that the Holy Spirit can break down all of those barriers, right? We don't need to separate people because when Jesus came, He broke that separation. We don't need to do that anymore. So that's the point of our lesson this week. There is a short video, so if you are the storyteller and you'd like to show that video to go along with your teaching, then you can do that. Just watch the video ahead of time and make sure that your teaching works around that. When I typed this up, I went ahead and worked the video into the curriculum that I set out and the particular pages that I did. So if you want to just follow along in those pages, go ahead and do that. Don't be afraid to make it your own. It's always more exciting when you are talking from your heart, when the Holy Spirit is leading in you and you can do your story from your heart and how it works for you. But our story mainly is going to be on Peter and Cornelius and how an angel visited Cornelius and Peter had a vision, right? And that vision and that angel, it brought these 2 groups together, groups that would not normally be together, the Jews and the Gentiles. And even Cornelius wasn't even just a Gentile. He actually fought in the Gentile army with a whole bunch of other Gentiles. And they just were 2 groups that didn't really like each other, but they had common ground because they both loved the one true God. And when Jesus came to earth, He busted down all those barriers, right? He sent the Holy Spirit to live in all of His believers. So all of us now have this common denominator, which is the Holy Spirit lives within us. And we all love Jesus and we know He's the Son of God. And that's what this did for us. And that's what this lesson is going to be about as well. So you'll go through that. And as always, you'll have your blessing. Don't forget to do your worship time and your offering time as well. Your blessing is from 1 Corinthians 1:10, and then after that, you'll go back into your individual rooms and go to your after story time. We have several questions for you to do. You can just ask them as you normally do. You can play a game that you know of, or you can open up that awesome review game box that Angie had made for all the classrooms, and you can play one of those great review games, however you want to do that, whatever works for your class. And then we have another game called Sort Your Friends. Now, you can also use this as the kids answer their questions. You can have them be the person who's going to sort the friends, right? So you'll just start at this. It's really simple. You'll just start by saying, everyone who has dark brown hair stands up. Or everybody who has blue eyes, go stand against the east window. Or anybody who's wearing tennis shoes, go stand in the right corner. However you want to do that. We're just sorting people. We're putting them in different groups, and we're just going to continue on with this big idea that there are different ways to group people. And we don't just want to group people on first appearance because, we know that there's common denominators in all of us, right? And especially if we're Christians and we're in the same faith community. So that's your game. Then you have a prayer activity. You can go on with prayer. You have your prayer journals, hopefully in your classroom. And then I've scripted out some things that you can pray about and talk to the kids that's going to go right along with this lesson. So if you have time for that, or if that's something that's really important in your classroom and you haven't maybe prayed with the kids for a while or haven't done the journals for a while, go ahead and start with that before you even do the Sort Your Friends game. You can start with that. So, and then if you have more work, have the kids mark in their Bibles, Acts 12:1-19, because that is what we're going to be studying about next week. So, that was a lot. Have so much fun teaching. I hope you guys all have a blessed week and you enjoy these lessons. I just think Acts is so fun to teach and so great to learn about, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. If you have any questions or need any prayer, just go ahead and send me an email, or you can ask your campus coordinator as well. So, thank you so much. Have a blessed week.